Hi guys, it's Laura from Mimi's Crochet and Farming, and today is Make Along Monday, and I thought I had more going on right this second for Make Along Monday, but I guess I don't. I am looking, and I've already shown Setta's calendar cow. And I made that hat for my son. The Expression Fiber Arts Cowl starts tomorrow. So I have been wanting to get a head start on that. But I possibly did. Cannot tell a lie. I could have and I might not could have. You can draw your own conclusion as to whether or not I have started it. Okay. And then, of course, Luck of the Draw is starting on Thursday. So, yeah, I will at least be adding one more thing, and that will be Expression Fiber Arts Cal. They are doing a year-long knitting and crochet cal. I am opting to do the crochet one because I did not want to make 20 rows of like 500 knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Alrighty, so, maybe I take a little sip of this and it will wake me up. But then again, I fell asleep in Zoom today, so it might not. Okay. Here we go. January 30th. Monday Make-Along. That's it. Okie dokie. Here we go. So let's talk about the first one. And I must say I had lots and lots of fun while I was in Belfast. I did not want to leave Belfast at all. Cork was all right. Because I did get to kiss the Blarney Stone while I was there. Dublin, I don't drink, so visiting Guinness, that was not a big thrill for me. Whoopee! Not really. It was cool. I loved seeing the kegs, the wood. I love wood, and I love wood. I enjoyed seeing, all of the barrels because they're all different colors. Loved that. But what was inside the barrels? Yep, no, not really. So, and for County Cavan, where my mother's family came from, that was kind of boring. Rest in peace, Mom. I'm sorry. I know you're probably turning over. But my mom did write a book. It's called From Cavan to the Catskills. So they came from County Cavan in Ireland, and they set up roots in the Catskills. So do you guys want to see, how my Ireland snake turned out? This is just like the coolest ever. So, I'm going to hide part of it. Okay, so, I don't know how I'm going to hide part. Okay, so, here we go. The first thing that I found really fascinating in Belfast, Ireland, was the black cabs. During all of the bombings and everything, there were buses being bombed, everything was being bombed. So the Irish modeled their taxi cabs after the UK's taxi cabs, and they were black. So they now have black cab tours, or yeah, they call them black cab. I'm almost positive. It's not black taxi, but black cab. And they take you to the different places where the bombings occurred. They talk to you. They give you kind of like a big, huge history lesson. I don't like history, but for some reason, this sounded just really, really fascinating to me. So I did go on a tour, and I learned just all kinds of stuff. Not really, but I'm pretending, right? So it did take me to a yarn shop, though. The only one that was in Belfast. There was only one. Alrighty, so also while we were in Belfast, I heard the taxi driver told me all about this thing called the salmon of knowledge. So I went, and my snake is kind of falling apart. That's all. He has his limp. Well, the salmon, I'll just take this off because you guys, you'll understand part of it, but not all of it. So I have this black here. Oh, you're looking at the back side. This black here for the black cab. Okay, so this blue and this white represent the salmon of knowledge. The salmon, mythologically, a salmon carried this great knowledge, and and how he got. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I don't want to mess you guys all up. But there was this salmon, and it was in a well. And there were, God, what's the name of I can't remember the name of the tree, but give it to me. It's like a hazelnut or something like that. But seed from each one fell into the well, and the salmon ate each seed. And whenever it did that, it gained all the knowledge of the world. And this man, and I cannot pronounce his name, tried catching the fish for years and years and years. And he finally caught it. I actually thought he was going to throw it back, because, I mean, who wants to catch it and then, it's not left for anybody else to try and catch. But no, he didn't. He kept it. And he had one of his little underlings, he asked the underling, or told him specifically, cook this for me, but do not eat its flesh. The flesh is for me to eat. I mean, had he told me that, I would have said, well, dude, you better cook it yourself. But he didn't tell me that. He told his other dude. And so the dude was cooking it for his master, I guess. I don't know. And a piece of grease jumped up and landed on his thumb. So, what do you do when that happens? You put it in your mouth, and you start sucking on it and kissing it, trying to get it to feel better, right? Well, so he did that. So he finished cooking the salmon, and he took it to his master, and right away the master could tell that something was different. So his little underling told him the story. And that's when the master realized that his little underling gained all of the knowledge in the world. So anytime anybody wanted information, all he had to do was bite his thumb, and his wealth of knowledge, his knowledge of the whole world came, and he was able to tell them, what they needed to know. So they have a sculpture there, and it is blue and white, that shades of blue and white together, solid blue, some white, So I used this kind of variegated blue and white and this white. All right, so let me see if what else. Oh yeah. So now they made the Titanic in Belfast. At least I think it was Belfast that they did. Yes, Belfast. And you know, I was looking all for any type of color picture that I could find. And that was, I mean, they took those pictures long before there were color pictures. And they were just kind of going with the names of the colors that were there. I did see some old photos where color was added, but nobody knows if those were the real colors or not. So I added just some silver or some gray for the boat. I heard that the smokestacks, there were 3 smokestacks on the Titanic, that they were kind of a gold orange. And now you would think that I would have some gold orange around here. And I probably do, but I couldn't find any. And yeah. So I just left it out and we just went with the silver. Now, the thing that I was so excited, one of the other things that I was so excited to go see was the Museum of Orange Heritage. Well, let me tell you, when I got in there, my mind was blown as to what the orange in Ireland meant. Orange and green in Ireland means something totally different between orange and green, Laura orange, Madonna green in the United States. Madonna and I would both be on the green side. Orange stands for Protestant in Ireland, and I am not Protestant. I am very much so a Catholic. So I did visit the Orange History Museum, or the Heritage Museum of Orange Heritage. I still love the color orange, and I have nothing against Protestants. So, all right, that's good for that. Okay, so next I headed to Dublin. And yeah, Dublin is Guinness. That was the only thing that I could find. So when I was watching Jan, the Alaskan crafter, she said something about that the Guinness was actually kind of a red-brown or a red-black. I can't remember. But I did find some wool. It's kind of, it does have a red tinge to it. So this is my Guinness right here. The silver, or the gray again, that is for the castle in Cork, the Blarney Castle and the Blarney Stone. So I had to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And then finally I was held upside down, and I was able to kiss the Blarney Stone. So now comes the Irish flag. And then I'll tell you a little other thing about my snake. I did put the Irish national flag. And basically what it means is that the green is the Protestants. I mean, the green are the Catholics, the orange are the Protestants, and the white in between is to forge a peace between the two, because they just kept bombing each other. So the green is the one that's closest to the pole, so that's why I started it this way. Since the green is that way, then we went green, white, green, white, and orange. So now I have been trying to stuff my snake in particular different ways because I wanted where the salmon of knowledge is right here, this white and blue. I wanted it to be fatter, but it didn't work. I wanted it to look like it had eaten this. You know how, like, if you see a snake and it's eaten a mouse, you can see the outline of it. Well, I wasn't trying to make a fish outline, but I was at least trying to make that part a little bit fatter. It just didn't work. And then I just started kind of losing, you know, everything. So now I need to finish restuffing it and then going from there. So this is my snake so far. I am ready to leave Ireland. I was most fascinated with Belfast. The others I could have taken, or actually I could have left. I would have loved to have just stayed in Belfast the whole time that I was there. But we are ready to forge ahead to a new place, and I can't wait to find out where we are headed. So, the snake is going to go inside this bag. This is the bag that I used to to keep him in, although pretty soon he's going to be too big for the bag. But there he goes. See you later, snake. Oh, and I have my frog stitch marker because I know Emily would have wanted to come along with me. So here's my Emmy frog, and she is coming with me on my travels, on my yarn travels. And you know what? I haven't bought any yarn on my travels yet. What is up with that? I don't know. Okay. I'm sorry that's long, but you kind of have to tell why you did your snake that way. I just kind of got long and drawn out. Okay, so next on the list are my 2 Sophie's Universe blanket. My first one, or actually both of them, are now part 1 and part 2 are completed on both now. So I did add white to that one that was the solid purple, the Bernat satin. I did add some white to it. I am using a J 6.0 millimeter hook, and I am using Yarnspirations Bernat satin. It's 3.5 ounces, 100% acrylic, and 200 yards. The white I am using, I have no idea what it is, because this is how it came to me. I think it's a Yarnspirations one. I think that is when I got this one. I could be wrong. It could be a Mary Maxim, but I think it's a Yarnspirations. So, I only have those 2, so I have to use the white sparingly. So let me pull this out some. I do not have my ends sewn in yet. So this is how it's looking so far. This is part 1 and part 2. And I think the next row I'm going to do a white in. I'll have to look to see what's coming up. But I know I need to have at least a row somewhere of a white coming up. So there is part 1 and part 2 on one of my Sophie's Universe. Okie dokie, so we'll put this back in here. And this is the book that I use to keep track. All right, and my second Sophie's, it too is completed until, or I will be starting part 4 next. And I am using a 4mm hook with this 2-weight yarn. So, and I have not sewn the ends in yet on this one, but I do have 4 ends so far that need to be sewn in. And this is what I have on the second one. This is a 2-weight yarn, and I'm using a 4mm hook. So this is, oops, this is what the cake looks like, and I have 2 of these. So these are the 2 that I will be using. I'm still not sure whether I'm going to go dark at the beginning to dark at the very end, or if I'm going to go dark and then go to dark again and then light. So yeah, I have not decided yet, but that is this one. So next up, I don't even know, I haven't even looked ahead yet, but I do know that part 3 is next. And we start on round 16, I think. Yes, so we start on round 16, and I have no clue what it's looking like, except that I will be doing, it looks like a V treble V stitch, maybe, I don't know. Some single crochets and some treble V stitches. Or maybe those are half double crochets, half doubles. And front post trebles. So yeah, I will have to start looking to see when I'm going to add a white in there, but I have to use it very sparingly because I only have those 2. So basically I have just 2 1-pounders, and that's all I have to do with this whole entire blanket. So yeah, that's it. And I will be back on Tuesday with my Bod Hatapalooza. We'll find out what the new hat is, and then we have Luck of the Draw on Wednesday, and Thursday we have Tile of the Week, and Friday we have knitting, and Saturday we have either crochet or something else, and Sunday we have either crochet or something else. I don't know, but I did start a new project in knitting, so I do have 3 knitted projects now. I do, and I started another crochet project because I don't work on everything all through the week. So I do have, some lapses where, otherwise I'd just be sitting here twiddling my thumbs. So I do have, I did start some new projects, and I need to do some on them before I show them to you. So maybe that's what I will do now. And so yeah, thanks guys for watching. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.